Hey, what's up, guys? And I'm not sure if any of you have lived in the 70s or, like, old enough to have been born in the 70s or something like that. But me, personally, I was born in the early 2000s, 2004 to be exact. Now, I have not experienced personally many of the technologies in this area, but I have experienced one of them. But another two of the three technologies I'm going to introduce to you or review to you today, I have no experience with myself, so I cannot speak of my personal experience, but what I will talk about is experience from my parents and people who have actually witnessed how it works. So yeah, now I don't want to scare you off right away, millennials and all that, but the first technology we have here is something millennials will most likely have never seen or perhaps even never heard of before, and that is the memory stick. I have two memory sticks right here. Both are from Sony. One is 8 megabytes and the other is 32 megabytes. And yes, you heard right, megabytes, not gigabytes. Now, that might seem really small to you, but when this was, kind of popular and pretty widespread, during the 80s and 90s ish, not exact, but ish, 32 megabytes and 8 megabytes were pretty good, So they would be enough to be serious. And I'm actually really happy about these being really large, the size of a normal USB. And I don't have a USB with me right now. But okay, so the size of a normal USB. And they have 32 megabytes. And this guy has only 8 megabytes. So what satisfies me about that is technology has advanced a lot. And that's what you're going to be seeing in this retro tech stuff thingy. So in this amount of space, I can guarantee you can put 256 gigabytes in there, which is hundreds of times more. No, actually not hundreds of times, but anyway, many times more than what's fitting into this amount of space. So that's a really good point for technology. So this is the memory stick. This is the 8 megabyte model, and this is the 32 megabyte model. And I was not able to access what was inside these memory sticks due to the fact that I do not have any computer that can actually read memory sticks anymore. Now these have been widely unavailable. You can find them on eBay, I'm guessing, but these have been replaced by SD cards. And no, I do not have an SD card plugged in my computer right now, surprisingly. But yeah, so I wasn't able to test the performance of any of these, so yeah. Now, second up on our list, some of my viewers, actually most of my viewers, will probably be able to remember owning one of these. Slider phones. Yes, I personally do not remember them. When these were out and popular, I did not own one of these. I don't think I even owned a phone at all. Now this one is from LG. It kind of looks like the iPhone 2G on the back. Dual tone on the back and, all that. It stretches out, It has a 2 megapixel camera on the back and all that. The keyboard is really satisfactory. I'll put the keyboard. And this is a backlit keyboard. When I turn this on, it will have a white backlighting. And then this phone right here, this sleek, all matte black phone, is actually the T-Mobile Dream. That's the first ever Android phone on the market. And what's really cool about this phone is it has a pretty nice looking design. I'm not sure if the camera catches it, but the camera bump is diagonal. And this banana shape here, this curved shape, no, I do not like that at all. This phone is basically looks kind of like a robot to me. Kind of. And what's cool is you can flip it out and there's nicely spaced keys. And I'll compare the sound with the previous one right now. Definitely not as good a sound if the mic picked it up well. And it doesn't feel as well too. It kind of feels like the 12-inch MacBook's butterfly keys. It has no backlighting as far as I can tell. I might be wrong because I do not have the charger for this right now. So I have never been able to turn this on. But this has a very bad keyboard. The best thing about this keyboard is that it's well spaced out. So unlike this, which felt very crammed, this one has a well spaced out keyboard, meaning I don't have my fingers really crammed. And this kind of resembles to me something of a Nintendo and Windows laptop-ish thing. And on the side right here, I'm not sure if the camera can pick it up again, is actually a trackball, which is really cool. So this kind of seems to me like a Windows desktop or computer kind of layout. The screen here, the keyboard here, and on your right hand side, a trackball or mouse comparably. So this is a really cool thing that, you know, and I'm going to keep this phone for a long time. I'm going to try to keep it as safe as possible. So this is awesome, you know. I really like it. And it has something that most phones on the market right now do not have. A dedicated camera shutter button. Again, the buttons, as on all the buttons on this phone, do not feel that good. But who needs good buttons when you know, at least you have the buttons. And then this phone has concealed. You have to open the lid in order to get access to a lot of the ports. And this seems like open stuff to access stuff phone. Like if you open discrete thing on the side, you get access to a micro SD card slot. And this one here has 1 GB of storage on it. Yep, that would have been actually quite a lot in those days. You know, for a smartphone, you know, even now you don't need that much storage on a smartphone. So maybe like 64 extra gigabytes on an SD card, that's all I need. And then you need to open the lid in order to get access to the interior. As you can see, there is a 1100-ish milliamp hour battery in here, which is really tiny, and you know, the camera's exposed now, and you can put in the SIM card from the back over here. Overall, I think this is a really cool phone, and I like it a lot, you know. I wish I had a charger for it. But yeah, it's a proprietary charger, not a micro USB, and you have a flap. Yes, that helps with the dust resistance part. And now we have our final thing. Now, I've got hard drive after hard drive after hard drive. Now this, I have 2 SATA hard drives with me right now. These 2 are SATA hard drives. These are still relatively modern and useful. So it makes sense that they're, you know, they're silver. Yeah, silver's minimalism color, right? Anyways, now this is an IDE hard drive. It has a much better looking sleek black look, but it's an IDE hard drive, which is much slower. My dad's old PC used this hard drive. It is from 2006 and it still has a SATA connecting, so it's a SATA hard drive. But it's a SATA 3 gigabit per second, not a 6 gigabit per second, so it's still relatively slow. But, yeah. Oh, and one thing, guys. While there is the 7200 RPM or 5400 RPM thing, RPMs are important, but the speed that data can transfer through the cable is also important, so it's really important to have that. Now, this, I believe, this is a 7200 RPM hard drive, I think. It might be 5400 RPM, but anyways, like, this, no matter, if, let's say this is 20,000 RPM, which is not seen on any commercial hard drive at all, let's say this is 20,000 RPM. If it has an IDE cable, it's still going to be slow. Of course, compared to SSDs, which is the modern technology, it's all slow. And by the way, if you think SATA 6 gigabit per second is fast, try out PCIe. Much faster. Okay, so now we've covered all three of these, you know, and well, yeah, so these hard drives, flip phones, man, this feels light compared to that hard drive, and these memory sticks. But I've got a bonus one for you, and this is kind of a joke almost, but yeah, if you've reached this far, let me know by commenting what it is, you know, what type of technology. I don't want something like a model name like T-Mobile Dream, you know, whatever. I want a general type. Like, this is a microphone, and the recording device that I'm using right now is a mobile smartphone. So I want you to comment down below what it is, and I don't want you to tell me what it actually is. I want you to tell me the interface it passes through. So this uses SATA. This charges through a proprietary system. This phone charges through micro USB. Now this device right here is an audio input device, and I want you to tell me in the comments below what it uses. You know, it could use micro USB, USB, you know, anything. So comment down below. You know, that shows me that you've been watching until this point. Now I've kind of given it away, but this headphone, and now this headphone itself, the model is not the important part. Yeah, it's a flimsy little, you know, headphone. It says stereo on it, but trust me, it's mono. It sounds like mono. If it is stereo, one of the drivers failed. And like, it's flimsy little thing, but what's important is the interface. Pay attention, guys. Audio jack. Now this part is why it's a joke. Apple has been on a port removing, you know, kind of system right now, and audio jack has been removed from the latest iPhone, so that's why it's a joke. These are going to be removed from every single phone or every single device, commercial devices, by, I'm guessing, by 2025, you know. This will be a old school kind of thing. It'll be a retro technology, and it's in the past of becoming a retro technology. So yeah, so like, yeah, if now that you've seen until this part, comment in the description below. I really want to know how many of you actually watch to this 13-minute mark. So yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Today we covered this memory stick, this slider phone, keep on saying flip phone sometimes, and this hard drive, you know, IDE hard drive. Well, actually the IDE one is the black one, but I didn't have it on hand right now. So thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, click the like button. If you disliked it, click the dislike button. Remember to subscribe to get more cool content like this. And when we reach 50 subscribers, which we are awfully close to getting 50 subscribers, I will have something special coming up. Yeah, I will rebrand my channel, you know, I'll change the name a little so STR isn't in the front. And I will make the logo different. I've already designed the logo. I have this, my friend has designed the banner, and I'll just reorganize everything, including all social media assets of Tech Media Group. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next video.